header ever, basically, a banner ever, and I've joined. I can see you.
Check. Hi, good evening, everyone. I guess there is some issue with the streaming partner and the event which we had hosted live on our uh, academy. Somehow there is some issue. Anyways, notwithstanding those who have been able to see my uh, event otherwise are getting a notification here also. Okay, so we'll wait for some more time for people to join. And okay, great. So we will start. If you have any comments, you can post it on this thing live. Okay, the aim of today's event was to get an understanding of how security leadership can be viewed from the lens of an CISSP. Okay, now today's I'll not take much time. First, we understand what security leadership is all about. Now, a leader, as per John C. Maxwell, who was a noted military theorist and a leader, uh, he said, "A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." So even if you are looking at cybersecurity leadership, you have to know the way, you have to go the way, and you have to show the way, right? So I will start with a little about myself. I'm Colonel Shubhajit Naha. I myself am a CISSP and multiple certification and qualification holder. I was commanding officer of a battlefield, network unit, and I've been director of electronic warfare for Indian Ministry of Defense. I'm the co-founder and CTO of Protect Technologies, and we are providing both training and managed services in information and cybersecurity. I have more than 24 years of experience in this particular stream. Right. So, first thing that we would like to understand is what is security leadership? How do we define security leadership today? Now, if you look at defining the security leadership, one of the first, foremost quality that will be expected out of a security leader is how do you lead and manage the cybersecurity initiative of your organization, right? So that would be one of the first and foremost requirements. Then are you able to give a strategic direction to your organization? You are not fighting a daily battle. You're not supposed to fight a daily battle. You are supposed to predict daily battles. Okay, for that you require some kind of a strategy, some kind of a direction. Can you draw that direction for your organization to follow? Okay, since you are a security leader, you are supposed to align yourself with the business goals and objectives, and that means the decisions which you are going to take will have long term implications on the security per se, but the business also. So have you matured that much that you can take such informed decisions with times, right? So if we look at that broader requirement from security leadership, what would it transpire if you are to become a information security manager or a CISO or a CISO or a director of information security? Probably the first thing that comes to mind is risk management. Are you able to manage the risks of your organization? Second thing is uh, do you have compliance in place? Now, do you understand what kind of compliance is there in the organization? Are you able to, evaluate the compliance risks to your organization? Just have a small look at what happened with Paytm, and because of Paytm's, compliance failure, Paytm is almost at the verge of losing its banking license. Okay, then you have to be prepared for incidents. There will be a multitude of incidents uh, in your environment. Are you prepared to handle those incidents, right? So that would be the next requirement. Okay, then next is, uh, are you able to cater for security awareness training? So if you have been able to cater for security awareness training, uh, many things which are human related can be taken care of, right? After that is, of course, a leader, as I told you, has to show the way and lead the way, and should know the way. And if you have to know the way, the foremost requirement is, are you able to manage technology implementations? So that is also a major requirement, right? So if you're looking at information security leadership, it's an amalgamation of these four small bullet points. Okay, first is, do you have the technical know-how of what kind of attack surface you are facing? Okay, do you have adequate communication skills to explain the attack surface to the management? Are you able to collaborate and work with everyone? And finally, do you have the capacity to inspire and motivate? But how do you inspire and motivate? You inspire and motivate by knowing the way, showing the way, leading the way. Okay, so that is what a security leadership is supposed to do. Okay, now where do both security leadership and CISSP collide? Now, security leadership and CISSP both collide because both are interrelated. Today all information security leaders are definitely CISSP holders. So that's why everyone is trying to get a CISSP certification. But when I look at CISSP is a leadership builder. Okay, it enables you to become a security leader in your organization or in the future times to come. Why? Because it gives you a holistic approach. It covers a broad spectrum of security objectives, how you need to view security. Okay, so that is one of the major outcomes of, once you are preparing for CISSP and you're looking at you know heading a security leadership position. Then is strategic decision making. Can you make long term decisions which will impact the security of the organization? If you have that strategic decision making ability, which is definitely imparted by the CISSP. Okay, then is the risk management. Are you able to manage the risks of your organization? uh, and are you able to see the attack surface of the organization, right? So that is another important factor. You should be able to evaluate the compliance and governance environment of the organization. Okay, you should be able to communicate and collaborate with various stakeholders as far as as a security leader is concerned. And therefore you have to have a continuous monitoring and improvement of processes and procedures and baselines within your organization. And that's what CISSP is all about. CISSP brings that leadership out of you if you are going to tenant such important positions, right? So what is CISSP? Now if you look at CISSP is Certified Information Systems Security Professional. It's an international certification by ISC2, considered a gold standard. It's definitely going to give you a big boost to your career, and it's almost an unwritten law that all CISOs needs to be CISSP holders. It basically gives you a 36,000 view of concepts. It's mile wide and inch deep, as they famously called. Right. So why CISSP? Told you so. So it's a very well respected certification. Entire information and cybersecurity community respects that. It creates your senior roles in management information security roles, right? Uh, uh, If you look for future growth, there's immense growth for the certification. Okay, and at the same time, it's a difficult certification to achieve, and that's what leads into creating a filter. Those who pass this certification are definitely able to create a clear differentiation between them and those who don't hold the certification. Right. So this is as far as my understanding is when you look at CISSP through security leadership through CISSP lens. Okay. Coming on to domain analysis, those who are already preparing, I will just map the domains to the different CISSP requirements and security leadership requirements. Domain one deals with security and risk management. This is one of the first foremost uh, quality which every CISSP or a security leader is supposed to have, which is uh, the ethics, the security governance, the risk management, compliance, business continuity, and disaster recovery. Are you able to carry out risk management properly? Domain two deals with various kind of system assets which are there in an organization, how to identify such assets, how to protect them, and how to secure them. Okay, also how to maintain their life cycle of uh, the entire requirement, because you have to consider the life cycle requirement for the entire assets there in your organization. Next in is your domain three, which is security architecture and engineering. Now, domain three, that is security architecture and engineering, deals with how systems are actually built, how they are designed, and how to have basic concept of access control modeling, and how it affects the various systems which are in use today. And it covers all the systems in a very very I will say a touch based type of manner. It doesn't go deep, it just touches all the systems. Domain 4 deals with communication and network security. Now, communication and network security is one of the most important parts of information and cyber systems, because without networks, actually, we wouldn't have been talking about cyber security today. So, domain 4 deals with communication and network security. Domain 5 deals with those who have not been into the security domain, deals with a subject called identity and access management. Now, if you look at security, domain, identity and access management plays a very, very key role once it comes to how you access systems. And it's all about access. If a good versus bad access is there to an asset, then that's the dividing line between the security professionals and the attackers. So identity and access management becomes a very important domain for CISSP. Now, every security process needs to be tested, and domain 6 deals with security assessment and testing, how to audit systems, how to generate test reports, and make sure that your security is always in a state where it can be deployed in production. Right. Domain 7 is about security operations. What is a daily operation look like? What is it that you need to keep in mind when you're operating security systems in your organization? And finally, since today's world is completely dependent on software, and there is a requirement of developing software securely, because most of the vulnerabilities in the system come from insecure software, the software development security becomes an important part of domain of entire domain of CISSP. So domain 8 has software development security as, and this is where your domain finishes. Right now, how do you prepare for CISSP exam? Now, it's pretty straightforward. Actually, you don't have to put a lot of rocket science into it. There are enough material available. Today, there is enough guidance and enough material available on the web. But yes, this is a difficult exam to crack, and you lose interest pretty quickly. So my recommendation is, firstly, you should have Cybex ninth edition as your base book. It's not necessary but recommended for experienced professionals. It's a very dry book, but this is the go for book. This is the bible of for CISSP exam. Okay, then you have to practice a lot. You have to clear out your weak areas from multiple resources. You have to revise at least 3 times, because 3 times once you revise through the content, you start remembering and understanding things. Okay, once you are ready, then you should attempt your cybex third edition practice tests. And if you're consistently scoring around 70 to 80% in those practice tests, you are generally aware of all the concepts, you think that you can debate all the concepts easily, then you can go and, to be on a fairer side, practice 2 to 3,000 questions. Okay, and you will definitely be able to pass this exam, right? So, what are the eligibility requirements? There are no major eligibility requirements other than the fact that you should have 5 years of experience in any of the two domains of the CISSP curriculum. Okay, even if you don't have the required experience, you can always get the experience later. You can still become an associate of ISC2 if you pass the exam. There's no hard and fast rule that you need to have this. You can always gain the experience later on. Now, most of you ask, sir, what are the changes in this syllabus from 2024 till now? So, what we have seen in last 30 years of CISSP's evolution, right? We have seen that whatever was there, it remains. Whatever new keeps adding on, and there is nothing removed. And that's what this time also they have added certain more small content which are relevant in today's times, and rest all has been retained. So anything from past 10 years, 30 years has been retained, nothing has been changed, deleted. There's just add addition of new content and new topics. Okay. uh, Also, the exam is now 3 hours long, and earlier it was 4 hours. Again, the exam will be 3 hours long, and it will be an adaptive exam. As far as adaptive exam means, the question change as per your previous response. Right. What is the time required for preparation for the certification? Times is dependent on multiple factors. What kind of work commitments do you have? What kind of family commitments do you have? Give or take, there are people who have passed in 60 days also, and there are people who have passed in 180 days also. So depending upon the amount of time you can dedicate to this certification exam, it will take somewhere between 2 months to maybe 6 months. Okay. uh, how the exam is multiple choice questions. It is difficult, you have to prepare hard. Exam is AI module controlled, your difficulty increases if you are doing well. So once you're giving the exam, if the difficulty is increasing, you should be happy that you're you're doing well in the exam. Difficulty decreases the moment you have passed, the moment the examination engine feels that you have passed. Okay. Right. So, what about the exam? Exam is, around cost you around USD 699, and you have to give a yearly maintenance of USD 125. Okay. Exam right now is 175 question. It will come down to 150 questions from 15th April 2024. Okay. It's an expensive exam to give, and that's why people are, scared of spending close to $1,000 for this exam, and that's why they prepare pretty hard. Okay. Once you fail in this exam, it brings a lot of sadness, because this exam actually, people who give this exam prepare for this exam pretty well. So, my recommendation is, unless your concepts are very clear, please do not attempt this exam. Once your concepts are clear, this exam cannot be cleared with any kind of dumps, unless you have very, very clear concepts which are, based down, are clear in your mind. Okay. And you should be preparing for the exam as a journey and not as a target, I feel. Okay. So you enjoy the journey, you enjoy so much of content, so much of information that is there in this journey, that once you have taken this journey and once you end this journey, you will find that you are an informed security leader. Great. So how can we help? We are I'm the founder of Protect Academy, and I saw a gap that most of the cybersecurity training today is tool based, is role based. Nobody knows how to structure cybersecurity in a form that could be understood easily by everyone. Market is more of making money out of everything. So course, that's business. But at the same time, you need to understand who requires what. And those who are in the process of information security leadership, I personally feel that CISSP is a good certification to have. So we have had multiple training sessions. I've trained more than 2,000 people over the last period of around 2 years. I still maintain 100% passing rate in CISSP because most of the students who commit to the exam, they definitely pass. Okay. Other than that, we got many courses. We have a GRC analyst course. We have cybersecurity analyst course, and mostly our trainings are tuned to weekends, which is on Saturdays and Sundays, and it gives good time for you to prepare for such certification exams. Okay. If you have any doubts, anything that you would like to know, please give us a call on 8800 64276. You can put a mail on support@protected.io. You can visit our LMS. You can also join our community group where we discuss a lot of security, and a healthy discussion helping out people is always part of that group. Okay, thanks everyone for joining. It's really been a nice way of interacting with you all. uh, yeah, if you've attended this, then you get 1 hour of CPE also. Okay, thanks everyone. And if you have any questions, please let us know, and drop us a mail or drop us a message. Any doubts, you can contact me on LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you are. It's a stream based out of LinkedIn and YouTube primarily, so there's no direct interaction with you all. But if you want to get in touch with us, these are our coordinates. Do get in touch with us, and let us get prepared you for CISSP and information security leadership. Okay. Avinash, those who attend our webinar, we give them a webinar certification, and we will definitely, pass it on. You can also take the link of this webinar and post it in your CPE. Okay, wherever you are recording the CPE, you can take this link and you can post the link directly. Okay, that gives you straight away the anything above 30 minutes will you will get 1 hour of CPE. Okay. Okay, thank you. Today there was a little bit of issue. We will pass each and every one of you the link to the stream. We had some technical issues due to which we are not able to stream it at the original link. Uh, our, I apologize for that. We will be sending you the link directly. Okay.